What's good? What's good? We're back. It's Paul Pickett, owner of PromoPalace.biz, Promo Palace LLC. Want to thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button in that right-hand corner. Also, check us out on Facebook, Promo Palace LLC, Instagram TV, Twitter. The audio version goes to Spotify, Deezer, Amazon Music, Slacker, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and several other platforms. Before I get started, hit that subscribe button. This right here is going to be Vlog 20, the importance of a clean music video. Let me get some of my soda in my system. I don't drink coffee, so Coca-Cola is my caffeine. But yeah, the importance of a clean music video. You have to look at this like FM radio, because the main importance of a clean music video is limitations. You're going to put limitations on the reach of your music video. If you just got this super explicit music video, it's really like blogs and World Star. I mean, even a lot of influencers won't accept explicit stuff. And if you try to take a video that's explicit, anything that advertises any form of tobacco products in there, if there's alcohol being drunk, drugs, half-naked women, and if you use the N-word in anything advertising-wise, it's automatically being declined. It's not allowed whatsoever. Because, I mean, you can look at advertising platforms as corporate white America, corporate white media, and that's the thing. Like, white America is not allowed to say the N-word. They're not going to let you advertise it either. That's just how it works. They're not allowed to say it. So guess what? You're not allowed to advertise it on these platforms. And the reason I say white America is because a lot of these tech guys they're white guys that own these. Twitter, white guy. Facebook, white guy. MySpace, the original starter of all this stuff, white guy, so like white America is not allowed to say the N-word, and they sure don't allow you to advertise it on these platforms either, and anything is just too explicit. And if you're just smoking a cigar, take it, you pouring liquor. If there's a shot just going by like a liquor store and it just says liquor, it's gonna be declined. Like, you've never seen a social media ad advertising alcohol and tobacco ever in our lifetime. So why would you think that you could put it in a music video and that it's going to get approved? When tobacco companies are not allowed to advertise on social media, alcohol companies are not allowed to advertise on social media. And those are the top advertising platforms for music videos: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever, Vimeo, whatever advertising platform you go to, anything too explicit is going to get declined. You got to look at it like FM radio, or MP3s. When you service MP3s to record pools and DJs, you want to, if your record is just a dirty version, you want to have a clean version as well. Some artists just make their music clean, so they don't have to worry about clean and dirty, and that's even better. But every dirty version should have a clean version, because this idea that an unsigned and up-and-coming artist with no fan base is going to break a dirty record, it's never been done. It's never been done. Not without fan base already in place. You ain't breaking no dirty records without already having thousands and thousands and thousands of fans already in place. FM radio isn't breaking no dirty records. They're all clean versions. Even BET took away BET Uncut. They're not even playing uncut videos in a lot of spots no more. Especially because America's getting so sensitive about everything. Not saying I'm getting sensitive about everything. I'm not saying I have a problem with, you advertising songs that have the N-word, because I mean, a lot of rap songs use the N-word, and that's why this clean version thing, I should have referenced this before I started. This really mainly pertains to rappers and hip hop. You don't really see this problem with pop music or country and rock and stuff. they don't really have their videos too dirty and too explicit because, the average rap video is just like, all right, let's make a song. Let's, rent a bunch of cars that we can't afford. Let's pay a bunch of chicks that we don't even date, to be in our videos, and we probably couldn't even date. Let's smoke drugs, smoke weed, or put drugs in the video, like, portraying like they got coke in the video or something like that. Whether it's real or fake or whatnot, still, you can't advertise it. It even though I disagree with weed being being criminalized and being illegal on a national scale. Guess what? It's not legal on a national scale yet. I live in a state where it's still legal. So guess what? You can't advertise nationally when you're smoking weed in a music video, and there's still tons of states that have not legalized it yet. And my state's probably going to be the last to legalize it because North Carolina's on the Bible Belt. So yeah, there's that. The take into account. Then there's the take into account that kids can be watching. And if you're trying to build a fan base of a younger fan base, this idea that you're gonna break yourself with just a dirty version, it's bogus. It's unheard of. For every dirty, there has to be a clean version. Because if we take the video to YouTube and try to get it approved, it won't if it's got too explicit lyrically with the, you're too much cussing or anytime using the N-word, it's automatically out. Sometimes you can get away with somewhat naked women, like, showing the booty, but they usually can't be wearing like thongs. They usually could be wearing like just bathing suits that aren't thongs or something like that, but like if they're wearing thongs and it's just you see nothing but booty, they're not gonna approve it. If you're smoking cigarettes or cigars or you got alcohol, that you're advertising in it, they're more likely not going to approve it, and so yeah, it just makes sense to have a clean version of your video. Why does every rapper's video got to be the same thing? Cars, half naked women, smoking weed, portraying that we sell drugs, the same old thing. No originality, no thought process into your music video whatsoever, So yeah, you got to have these clean versions because then we take it to Twitter, not approved. Facebook, not approved. I've tried to advertise videos on Facebook where people are smoking cigars that have no labels or nothing, just a cigar. They're just smoking a cigar. And guess what? Not approved because it's a tobacco product. So yeah, this idea that you're going to break yourself with dirty records without fan base already in place. Who's going to advertise it? I mean, yeah, you could take it to World Star, but guess what? World Star ain't breaking artists. Name an artist that World Star has broke in the last 5 to 10 years. I'm waiting. I have, TikTok breaking artists, YouTube artists are breaking themselves, Facebook artists are building a fan base, Instagram artists are building a fan base. But you can't build fan base on World Star because you can't really engage with people like you need to. You know what I'm saying? You everything goes to World Star's accounts. You can't get followers, on World Star. Per se, they would have to leave and go somewhere else, and they're not doing that. People, when they go on World Star, they're staying on World Star. They're not leaving to go to Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and whatnot. And even if World Star adds you to their YouTube channel, one channel isn't going to break you just uploading your video once. Doing something once. Even if you're on all the top blogs, just posting your video once to the top blogs isn't going to break you. You have to be constantly dropping content. It has to be content after content after content after content after content. And if you're not advertising on the blogs, just posting to the blogs that are oversaturated, and if you're paying to get on the blogs, now you're competing with the people that didn't have to pay to get on the blogs, who are going to get all the traffic, So yeah, this idea that you're gonna take a clean music video or even a clean MP3 and break yourself. No, man. You gotta have clean versions. Without a clean version, you're not. I mean, dirty versions are not doing it unless you already got fan base. Only mainstream artists or major independent artists are breaking dirty records because they already have fan base in place. But they broke themselves with the cleaner joints by getting the radio play, by getting, I mean, that's the thing. Even influencers, I do TikTok marketing, and a lot of TikTok influencers are not accepting explicit songs. Too much cussing, too much, illegal activity promotion in your music. They're not accepting it because they have clean brands. They're advertising, corporate brands. People advertising corporate brands like grocery stores or whatever. They're not going to take on your explicit stuff and advertise it. And even some of these dancers, they might be religious. They're not going to advertise your explicit stuff. I know marketing companies that will not promote no dirty music whatsoever. Why? Because it goes against their morals. Everybody's not in it just for the money. Some people want to be successful, and the way to be successful in the music business is you better have a clean version for every dirty version. Clean version for every dirty version. I mean, the standards of MP3s is if you got a dirty version, you should have a clean, and then your acapella should have a dirty acapella and a clean acapella, and then the instrumental. Music video is no different. If you got a dirty version, you should have a clean version. If you got, got a burp. If you got a dirty version of your lyric video or animated video, you should make a clean version as well. Because you cannot advertise the dirty version in a lot of places. The more explicit you are, the less your chances of getting approved. And the more explicit the visual content is, you could actually you could get by with cussing in the lyrical content sometimes. But once the visual content is just out there with too much illegal promotion activities or too much sexual activities or too much alcohol, tobacco activities, which is not allowed, like they don't even allow them to advertise on social media, period, whatsoever. So they're not going to allow it in a music video. It just makes sense for you to have a clean version if you're really not trying to limit yourself. If you choose to want to just limit yourself, hey, good luck with that. But you're limiting your reach if you don't have a clean version of every dirty version. It doesn't matter what we're talking about here in the music business. Every dirty version should have a clean version because it's going to be limited. You're not getting picked up with a music video, prime time music video, show with a dirty version. All dirty versions are played late night, if they even have still late night dirty version, shows. BET doesn't have the BET cut no more. So, like, some of these places are just cutting it out altogether because America's getting so sensitive and the world's getting so sensitive. If you say anything nowadays, they wanna hit you with the cancel culture and cancel you if they don't like what you have to say. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't agree with that either, because only your fans can cancel you if you have fans. This idea that your non-fans can cancel you if you got millions of fans. You got 1 million fans. If one of your fans is screaming cancel you, ain't nothing the non-fans can do, because they're not supporting the cause anyway, so they can't stop the cause. So this idea that somebody's gonna cancel you and they're not a fan of yours, only your fans can cancel you. Your actual real fans that actually spend money on your merchandise and constantly stream your music religiously over and over again. But yeah, the importance of a clean music video is just one reason and one reason only. You're limiting the reach. And I shouldn't have to tell you, I shouldn't have to really get into this rant about why clean music video is important, except you're limiting your reach. And if you think limiting your reach is a smart thing to do or a good thing to do in advertising and building fan base in the music business world. It's not. It's you should not put no limits on anything. You know, Master P said it, man. Master P said it best. You know, just made me think about that when I said that. You should not put no limits on anything you're doing in the business world when you're trying to reach fans. You should never put limitations on it. You know what I'm saying? That's why my new litter apparel, I decided, hey, you know, now we got to bring cats lovers in the mix too, not just dog lovers, cat lovers, because I'm limiting myself by just thinking, you know, litters, only dogs have litters. No, cats have litters too, and so do lions and tigers and whatnot. So yeah, so anything dealing with litters, I gotta add it to new litter apparel so I don't limit my reach, you know, of who will buy my product or who's interested in my product. And when you just have a dirty version, that's just, I mean, that only caters to one type of fan. It doesn't cater to fans that don't want to hear dirty music, that only want to hear the clean version. It doesn't cater to people, you know, that just have morals in their life, you know, with everything. You know what I'm saying? And unless you just make it gangster rap, I mean, and solely gangster rap or just trap rap, you just talk about. I mean, come on, man. You shouldn't be putting no limits. You know, even trap rappers and gangster rappers shouldn't put limits. They shouldn't just do gangster music or just trap music. They should do other things as well to reach other fan bases. You know, it's like when my man what's his name I can't even think of his name right now. But it's a rapper that came into the game and instantly went pop. Instantly went pop with it, you know, and realized that hip hop has limitations because it's so explicit. Yeah, it's very popular, but it still has limitations because of the more explicit you are, the more limitations you put on it. And if you look at all the top artists, the greatest artists in the game right now, when you look at the power of their fan base, they're the least explicit. The J. Cole's, the Kendrick Lamar's, the Drakes, you know, the Big Sean's, the Kanye West. They're not over explicit. And there might be some explicits every now and then, but they're not over explicit or too explicit. And that's the thing. The artist that's the least explicit is always going to be at the top of this game because they can reach more people because they're going to reach people who like non-explicit music and explicit music. Because people who like explicit music will still listen to the non-explicit stuff. But people who like non-explicit music don't listen to explicit. Let me repeat that. Hold up. Let me take a sip. You hit the subscribe button in that right-hand corner, and let me repeat that. People who listen to explicit music will listen to the non-explicit stuff. People who listen to only non-explicit music will not listen to explicit music. That's the difference. So you got to take that into account. That if you're a non-explicit artist, explicit fans will listen to your music still. But the fans that are of only non-explicit music ain't checking your stuff out. I was about to cuss and get explicit. Ain't checking your stuff out for nothing. Because that's how it works. You know. So that's the importance of a clean music video. Don't put limitations on it. You know, because the people who only listen to non-explicit aren't listening to explicit, but explicit people listen to everything. Non-explicit, explicit, over-explicit, mild explicit, hot, mild, medium, explicit, whatever you want to call it. They're listening to it all. But not people who only listen to non-explicit music don't listen to explicit stuff. Only explicit people who listen to explicit music a lot will listen to everything, including explicit, non-explicit, whatever. Doesn't really matter. So, once again, hit the subscribe button. This is Vlog 20, the importance of a clean music video. The audio version goes on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, um, TuneIn Radio, Slacker. You can Google Paul Pickett Podcast. That's with the audio version. Also follow us on Twitter, Promo Palace LLC, Facebook, Promo Palace LLC, Instagram, Promo Palace. Check out promopalace.biz if you need some music marketing and promotions or just marketing for your brand. And we pretty much deal with all platforms. And we can work with almost any budget, long as it's a real budget. You come in with anything less than $100, that's not a budget. Like $100, anything less than $100 a month is not a budget. I don't care what you say, it's not a budget. It's not in this business. When every artist that's making it has budgets and has teams behind him. Ain't no artist make it in this music business with spending $0 on advertising and promotions. Somebody's spending that money on advertising and promotions. Maybe the artists themselves didn't spend it and had an investor, but somebody spent it. So this idea that you're going to make music and nobody's going to spend no dollars and you're going to make it, it's unheard of. It's impossible. It's bogus. It's a lie. It's fraudulent. It's fake. It's make-believe. It's phony. So yeah, also check out New Litter Apparel, newlitter.com. Check out indiecastle.net, planetplaylist.com, TikTok, Promo Palace LLC. Once again, hit that subscribe button in that right-hand corner. This is Paul Pickett, Promo Palace LLC. I want to thank you for tuning in. Vlog 20, the importance of a clean music video, and I'm out.